Hello, we are from
Group 1! And we will be presenting our group assignment.
What's up guys? Today is going to be super exciting because we have two amazing destinations lined up for our trip. First, we're diving into the rich history and culture here at the Sonobudoyo Museum. Then, for our second stop, we're heading over to Harian Jogja to see the behind the scenes of the news world. Let's kick things off with our first stop.
Welcome to Sonobudoyo Museum, the second most complete cultural museum in Indonesia. This place is huge because it actually has two main buildings. Right now, we're looking at the old building. Inaugurated way back in November 1935 by Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono VIII, this building is packed with classic Javanese architecture and houses more than 60,000 cultural artifacts. From ancient keris, wayang puppets, traditional masks, batik patterns, and archaeological relics, every corner tells a story about Javanese history and culture.
But if you want more modern vibe, just take a few steps over to the new building in Unit 2, newly inaugurated in November 2022. This building features 4 floors of exhibition space. It's super fresh, combining history with a cool, modern concept, from performing arts spaces to interactive tech exhibits. And that brings us to absolute coolest spot in the museum.
Now, among all these amazing exhibitions, we will focus on something interesting on Unit 2. Welcome to the banquet room. Among all the collections, there's one spot that totally steals the show: the raised table. At first glance, it just looks like a fancy long wooden dining table. But behind this beautiful setup lies a very deep history and meaning.
So, what exactly is rice table? It's a Dutch word that literally means rice table. This concept was born during the Dutch East Indies colonial era. The Dutch loved local Indonesian food so much that they created a fusion banquet style, eating with European etiquette but serving dozens of traditional Indonesian dishes all at once. Back then, having a meal at a table like this was a massive symbol of wealth, prestige, and high social status.
But it's more than just a piece of history. This collection is a symbol of cultural beauty and life values. The rice shuffle table was used for important events and big family gatherings. The neatly arranged dishes reflects the core values of hospitality, togetherness, harmony, patience, and gratitude. It reminds us how important it is to protect our cultural heritage.
And the most mind-blowing part, the museum brings this classic table to life with technology. Those empty plates are actually screens for projection mapping. Through projection mapping technology, Sonobudoyo combines cultural heritage with modern digital innovation that can serve the 3D food right above our eyes. The food changes right on the plate. It's a total visual treat.
What an incredible experience at Sonobudoyo, right? Learning history doesn't have to be boring at all. But hold on guys, our trip isn't over yet. After soaking up all this culture, it's time for our second destination. Let's hit the road and head straight to the Harian Jogja office to see what's happening there. Come on, let's go!
Every day, journalists work behind the scenes in many different ways. They gather information from different sources and turn all of those findings into news articles, while editors carefully check the writing and make sure the information is trustworthy before it gets published. All of this hard work is done so the public can receive reliable and up-to-date news every single day. But have you ever wondered what actually happens inside a newspaper office? Well, we're about to find out.
As soon as we arrive at Harian Jogja, the one thing that immediately caught our attention is the building itself. Because of its historical value, the building's original structure cannot be completely changed Today, Harian Jogja uses two buildings. The front building is used for newsroom and editorial activities, while the back building focuses on marketing that helps support the company's operations. Behind these offices, Harian Jogja also has a long journey in adapting to the changing world of journalism.
Harian Jogja first published its newspaper on May 20, 2008. However, as technology developed, audiences shifted towards websites and social media. Because of this change, Harian Jogja expanded into digital journalism. In print journalism, reporters traditionally used the inverted pyramid style, where the most important information is placed at the beginning of the article. But in digital media today, news companies try to focus on SEO. So, their articles can appear more easily on search engines like Google and reach more readers online.
Now, let's take a closer look at how news is actually produced inside the newsroom. Here, journalists work together to process information and write articles, while editors carefully check the news before it is finally published for the public.
A little out of topic, but did you know Harian Jogja has a podcast that you can watch on YouTube? The videos are around an hour long and talk about very interesting topics surrounding Jogja and other things. If you are interested, you might want to listen to it. Speaking of podcasts, during our tour of the Harian Jogja office building, we also got to see the room where the podcast episodes are recorded. Additionally, we also had a chance to peek inside the waiting for the podcast guests.
While walking through the building, we also happened to come across a wall filled with flags of achievements right in front of the employee room. Finally, we end up outside at the side of the building where, interestingly, there are rows of flower boards congratulating Harian Jogja on their 18th anniversary. Turns out, we had missed their anniversary by a single day. What a crazy coincidence.
And so, our journey of exploring the Harian Jogja office building comes to an end. It was such an eye-opening experience in both the seminar, where we got to learn about newspaper history and how the company adapted throughout the years, and the tour, where we got to see the inner workings of the company. Despite the short time we had, the people of Harian Jogja really made sure that short time was filled with fascinating tidbits of information that may or may not serve us in the future.
And that's a wrap! We have finally come to the end of the video. This journey through the ancient artifacts along the hallways and rooms of the Sonobudo Museum and the insightful seminar and tour of the historically rich Harian Jogja office building was one of the funnest and most information-packed experiences of our lives. We surely hope that this shortened version of our trip can be as beneficial to you, our dear viewers, as this trip was to us. Thank you so much, and goodbye for now!
We are from Kelompok.